Is black on black crime by grand design? Has the Mexican community been divided and Hispanic unity is nothing more than a mere illusion? Have poor whites been used like disposable tools and are now the forgotten society? Have we all been bamboozled? The poor and the impoverished, the broke and the broken, fighting like cats and dogs until there's nothing left but dog eat dog. And that ever looming threat of what people keep talking about these days, a civil war. Well, war is also lucrative, is it not? And to the victor goes the spoils. But I'm telling you guys, the game is rigged. For whom will this be beneficial? Whom will this be a financial boon? Yes, who gets paid when we slay each other? It's our pain, their profit. Is our pain their profit? Well, come on, cousins, and let's pod about it.
In a world fraught with confusion, one man will break his silence.
Yeah, welcome to the funkiest show this side of the Pecos. Welcome back, cousins, to another episode of Word to the Wise with the exclamation point. Oh man, I'm glad you guys dropped by here today because you know what today is. This is Wednesday, and on Wednesdays we podcast. I have a great topic for you guys, but you got to understand why I do this. This is for Pops and Fat Mama. They gave me an upbringing. They gave me a childhood. They gave me respect. Respect for human beings. Respect for human life. And I really feel that the nation that we live in right here, right now, man, it's getting more and more dangerous. It seems like it's just hard to just make it through a week sometimes. And I know that there is also something that is very important that we must talk about right here, right now on Word to the Wise. Death is a business. Yes, death is a business. People get paid. And you know what? I think it is time that we start to take accountability for those who are making out like bandits of our pain and our suffering. So the big question that I ask is our pain their profit? Who is profiting off our pain? I know if we were to start cleaning up our communities, cleaning up our neighborhoods, holding those accountable who are attacking our schools, do you know that it would hit certain people in their pockets? Have you ever noticed how much they try to jack up the price during a funeral? They catch you at your most vulnerable point. They catch you at a time where you are sorrowful and you're going through and everybody got prayers and condolences. But it always has to be one person in the family to deal with the business end of death. And it's a very uncomfortable business. But they are making money hand over fist when we meet our demise. Not even if you die. What if you just had to get rushed to the hospital? Let's break it down. I want to talk about it real quick. And I'm glad that you're here, cousins, because this is something that we just don't talk about. It's something that we don't talk about as kinfolk. We talk about it afterwards, not before. Do you have a will set up? Do you have anything set up for your family as far as your insurance? Because I'm going to tell you right now, there is no such thing as a $80,000 funeral. If you let that funeral home director convince you that you should spend the entire policy on a casket and a plot, then it is like fool's gold for them. Yeah, you're the fool, and your insurance policy is the goal. It is that, oh, they would have wanted it like this. I'm telling you now, my wife, we have discussed this. My wife told me flat out, hey, she said when she passed, cremate me and go on a trip and enjoy your life. I'm starting to lean that way myself. I'm starting to feel like that. I'm starting to feel like this expensive funeral where people are coming and so-called celebrating your life, all the while they're just going to enjoy the repast, have a plate of chicken, maybe even some sides, some mac and cheese and one more barbecue or whatever. And then they start to mention you less and less and less. Yes, what happens is you become a music antidote, or just something that people just don't want to talk about anymore, depending on how you left this world. So think about it. Who benefits if we were to start cleaning up our community? Who it will benefit? I think the people, the citizens will benefit. We will benefit when we start seeing stronger neighborhoods, stronger communities. No more of that black on black crime killing each other. Yeah, no more of the Mexican gangs and everybody at war with one another. No more of that colors killing each other over color, whether it be a color of your clothes or the color of your skin. Because you see, we all in the same boat. I like to say that. Yeah. It doesn't matter how you came over here, what ship you came over here on, whether it was the Mayflower or the Amistad. Yeah, wherever ship you came over here on, we're all in the same boat now. Yeah, so who's going to benefit? I would love to see the working class men and women to be able to benefit from a better neighborhood. But there are some, in my own humble opinion, cousins, help me out somebody, that they don't want to see that. Yeah, because just think about it. When you start cleaning up the communities, it's a multi-billion, trillion-dollar industry of your misery. And they're going to lose money. They're going to lose money when your neighborhood and your countryside and wherever you are living at, I don't care if it's a small little hamlet or a big part of a metropolitan city, you start cleaning it up and start having a better attitude and a different outlook, that it is the rich and the powerful who have played us like a fiddle. Yes, they have played us like a fiddle. Billion-dollar industry, trillion-dollar industry. Let's take a look at some of them. I have some of them over here that I would just like for you to talk about. Let's just take a scenario. Man has argument with another man. They are in a bar. They are at a nightclub. They are somewhere where there is music playing, people having a good time. They may be at the club. Man has an argument with another man. And instead of coming to a rational solution, somebody pulls out a gun. One person pulls the trigger, and another person is the recipient of that hot lead. What happens? First thing they're going to have to do is call the police. So the police are getting paid to show up. Then they're going to have to call the ambulance. An ambulance ride is expensive. I don't know if you've ever been in one. It's a bill that they send you. And if you start cleaning up the community, that doesn't need to be paid anymore. So you got the police, you got the ambulance, you got the hospital. Yes, you got the hospital, and some of them have disparaging treatment of how they treat you based on what all those things I talked about. What neighborhood are you from? What color are you from? Are you representing a certain color in some type of gang activity? If you think that doesn't have anything to do with how the medical industry treats you, then you are naive. Yes, it does happen. And they will patch you up. Yes, they will patch you up, and then they will push you off to the pharmaceutical industry. It's their turn now. It's time for you to start taking some medications, some painkillers, and the pharmaceutical industry hasn't cured a single thing. How long has Pfizer been in business? How long have you seen other companies that have been pumping out medicines for 100 years haven't cured a single disease? It's not money to cure you. Money is in the comeback. Yeah, get your prescription refilled. And then we're going to need to see you. Why? Doctors love that copay. Come out the pocket again. That's another industry that is benefiting off of your pain. That's the best case scenario, though. What's the worst? What's the worst case scenario? Man has argument with another man inside of a establishment, pulls the trigger. One is the recipient of hot lead. He doesn't make it. He succumbs to his injuries. And now you have an entire industry that is waiting to get paid. Number one, funeral home. Yes, the undertaker. It costs money to die. It costs money for you to be pronounced dead just for the death certificate. They get you right there. The death certificate will cost you money, and then they're going to pay for the chemicals to embalm you. And then after that, then they're going to have the funeral home and the funeral director. And if you want a procession at your funeral, yeah, those people also are getting paid. It is money going everywhere off two people who couldn't have a conversation. Whether it be a difficult conversation or all it took was somebody to walk away. We're just talking about an isolated incident. And I know you can multiply that by the crime rate that is here in America, which is one of the most violent nations in the world. After they have embalmed you and put you in that casket, then what? Yeah, it's time the florist wants some money. Yeah, it's time to get some flowers. May have to go get some suits for the armor bearers. Not the armor bearers, the pallbearers, excuse me. My church background just flared up on me. Might have to get some new suits and stuff for the pallbearers. Carried by 6 of them to be buried under 6 feet of dirt. That dirt, that hole costs money. You think they're going to get out there and dig a 6 feet hole for you for free? No. Your family will pay for that, and they will pay dearly. And then that person will need a headstone, something that will remind people of who that person was, something you can go by and visit. Yes, and that is just one side of it. What about the other side, cousin? What about the other side? The person who pulled that trigger. Guess where you're going? Yeah, you're getting locked up. Yeah, you're going to jail. And the first thing is, the police that come and arrest you, they're going to be getting paid. And then they're going to take you to a county jail, a lockup, so you can have your trial. And yes, the prison system is privatized. They make money off housing you, waiting for you to go to trial. And when you go to trial, guess who are going to be there? Your lawyers, the judge, the bailiff, the court stenographer. Everybody's getting a check. Everybody's getting paid off of your pain and the pain that you caused. And when they finally do lock you up and send you to prison, they're going to make money off you. You're going to be in there making items that they can sell. Yeah, the prison industrial complex is just a institution for revisiting perpetual incarceration because you become institutionalized. They're not trying to solve any of your problems. They're not trying to cure you or make you a productive member of society. They don't give a damn if you come back. Actually, they would prefer it. Yes, recidivism. And when you return, they get paid again and again and again, multi-billion. If we start cleaning up the neighborhoods and start actually taking a look at how many guns that we do have, what do you think's happened? Funeral homes start losing money. Yes, they do. And lawyers start losing money. Everybody in the whole court system, yeah, Your Honor, starts losing money. The prison system will start losing money. They will have less people to house inside of the prison. And when you start cleaning up the community, then you have now shortened the pockets of multi-billion and trillion-dollar industries in death and pain. And we haven't even tapped in how much the pharmaceutical industry will be making out. You think they want that to happen? Do you think there are outside forces that love what's going on? Love it when blacks and whites and Hispanic and Asians start arguing with each other. Yes, do it. Meanwhile, they're on fancy yachts, right? They're out there at the country club that you can't come into. They're vacationing all over the world. They're taking these lavish vacations and drinking these very, very expensive alcohol drinks and buying clothes that, $500 t-shirt. Why? Because they got it like that. While you are sitting there arguing over a street. We got to do something because if we don't, the end is near. They will get to the point where they need new people and new people. Haven't you noticed how much schools look like prisons? It's a pipeline. The school looks just like a prison. You know what they did to the schools? They took out all the vocational activities. When I used to go to high school, man, you can go to auto class and learn how to fix a car. Start off on a lawnmower engine. That's what we did. Go to auto repair. They had home economics. Yes, they had welding classes where you can learn how to weld. And by the time you left high school, you had a trade. Everybody didn't need to go to college and have a student loan and have all this money that you owe and still not have a job and got to get back out there in the market. We had woodworking class where you can learn to make something with your hands. Man, I studied architecture. I love the buildings and I had a teacher, Bernie Getz. He was also the wood teacher. And give a shout out to Buzz Kennedy. Yes, he was the welding teacher. Taught us a trade. They got rid of all that stuff. Where do the kids go now? After school. If you're not into sports and you're not into the band, you go hang out. What do they want to do? Stop and frisk you. Yeah, you can't come into this store with your backpack. Why can't I come into the store with my backpack? Because some kids steal. But I don't steal, yeah, but you look like those who do to me. Why do you have a backpack? They took the lockers. They don't have the lockers anymore. You got to carry those books on your back and you have to make your way to school. And a lot of them, they took the buses away. Parents got to get them there. Setting you up to be a part of that perpetual system that is a grinding like a mill. What are we going to do? I think it's up to us, the working class, the man, the woman, the child. If you are 16 years old and older, you have to participate in this. Stop the killing. Stop the violence. And the number one reason why it's just so much violence is, just a preconceived notion. Maybe you're out to get me. Maybe they're not. We have come to the point as a society that we would rather jump on somebody than to hear them out. It is a sad state of affairs, but I think we can fix it, because when we do, we're going to piss a lot of people off, and you're going to see why. A lot of politicians, yes, they didn't have us coming together as a nation, all races, all colors, all ages, and say enough is enough. True change never comes from the top. It comes from the bottom when the people have had enough. Stop talking this crap about a civil war just because your candidate didn't win an election. Don't you know they are all millionaires? Don't you know they belong to a club? It doesn't matter. It's just two sides of the same coin. Flip it if you want to. It lands on millionaire. And it's time for the have-nots to finally get some. And all we want is equality. All we want is to not be a target anymore. All we want is fairness. But we are divided, whether it be by red and blue, by Democrat, by Republican, whether it be by east side or north side, whether it be east coast, west coast, whether it be old versus young. It's getting to the point now where it's father versus son and daughter versus mother, and we dividing up families, and we got to the point where, hey, I claim this whole street, this street is mine. Well, what if I'm from the same street as you, okay? I live on the same street as you. Well, you don't live in my house. Yes. Hey, wait a minute. I do live in your house. I'm your brother. I live in your house. Yeah, but you don't stay in my bedroom, master bedroom for life. What are we claiming? It gets to the point where it becomes ridiculous. So I want you all just to understand, this is just a word to the wise. That's what this podcast is. The word to the wise is a caution for the intelligence. It's just telling you of a sign of something to come. We can stop it. We can do something about it. And when we do, it's going to piss a lot of people off. But in the words of Kendrick Lamar, they not like us. Yes, I hear some of the things that they're saying. It makes no sense. It makes no sense to a person who has actually raised a family. It makes no sense to a person who has actually held down one job or two. If you ever had two jobs in your life and had to work both of them, then put me a comment right there in the comment section. Give me a like if you ever had to work two jobs. I worked two jobs. I went 150 days, no off day. Yeah, I was working as a waiter in a Chinese restaurant at night and working in a sawmill building headboards in the day. I had gotten so tired and so twisted, I showed up at the sawmill with a waiter's bow tie and apron on. They were like, bruh, you don't even know where you are. You got the wrong uniform at the wrong job. Go home. Get some rest. Try it again tomorrow. And I had to take a day, but I did 150 straight for the family. So I know what it is to be out there, to be the working class. And every last one of these things that I named off, it's a bill. It's a bill. They've already taxed your income. They've already got paid. They want to get paid more. It is American greed. And if they can't get it out of your happiness, then damn it, we'll get it out your pain. Our pain is their profit. Our pain is their profit. But no more. It's good news, cousins. It is good news. Why? Because the people have had enough, and we're getting to the point right now where we want to be happy. We want to be joyful. Listen to this message. Spread it. Because I'm telling you what God loves. You know what God loves? God loves the truth. Yes, he does. And I'm giving it to you just like you should get it right here on Word to the Wise, baby. And I feel like we have made a kindred spirit. I feel like we go way back like fat crayons and Hot Wheel tracks. If you've ever lost somebody or lost someone recently, my heart goes out to you. All right? But death is a business. Don't let them take advantage of you in your hour of suffering. Okay? Because once they do, they see that they got you. Don't let them get you, cousins. Love one another. That's all God ever wanted for us. And there's only one thing that I want from you guys, and I was wondering if you could
I hope you like the podcast and you really like the podcast.
Come on, be serious.
And you really like my podcast.